Hello, welcome back once more. So today I've got a fun one today. I've got the Zee Zulu. Zee Zulu is fun. Zee Zulu is sort of, well, it's an aquatic suit. The Zee Zulu is an aquatic variant of the Gyara Zulu. This one is a raid rather than the general that the Gyara Zulu is as well, and it's got the my favorite feature. It's got the big old claws, big old Wolverine-looking claws. You can see them folded back on the suit right now while it's holding its other weapons. But you can see it's got, you can see for a minute there anyway, it's got the knives and the claws. It's a pretty fun suit. So the beam rifle is burst fire uncharged, single shot charge, stuns charged. It does also have a grenade launcher fixed under the barrel, which I believe you don't see till later because I think I actually forgot it had it for a little bit here, which is not ideal, but oh well. It's fun too, so it has the skill that makes it harder to stun while its weapons are out. So you can do some fun stuff where you boost in, and it's quicker too. I forgot to, I believe. I gotta look at what the skill actually does again. But you whip out the blades, you can zoom up really close to people, you mess with them with the blades. We unfortunately got wiped out pretty quickly there, got a little split up from the actual team. Which is, not the best, but oh well, is what it is. We're currently getting ready to spawn back in. We'll hopefully see some decent runs with the weapons here, because you can do some pretty fun comboing with them. I'm trying to remember which ones I tend to like to lead with. I think I typically lead with the claws. It's been a little bit since I last fought with this thing, but the claws are just easier to hit with. They've got larger range on them than the knives do, though the knives do have a good traveling downswing. Right now we're trying to pursue where we can, but it's just a little bit tricky now because we've got the two now facing us down and out of boost here. I'm trying to find some angles to move up. It's not working great. Trying to position my two enemies between each other, but I'm pulling off. Probably honestly should have pushed there rather than pulling off like that. Probably would have actually been able to get in and do some better damage, but now we're kind of, well, we're trying to move in behind, but it looks like everyone's pulling back, regrouping. I'm just trying to find angles where I can actually push up without just being ripped apart by the entire enemy team. It's kind of not getting a lot of that, but you can see we've got a couple picks here. Everyone's now a little bit more spread out. We did miss with that, though, trying to move in, do something, but ultimately failed the tackle there. Missed with that swing, but that might have actually helped us in the end. Got knocked over. Really trying to do something, but it's just not really panning out. I believe I end up with a really weird back and forth with this guy that ends up kind of infuriating me, actually, because he just keeps backing up and doing weird stuff, pulling saber. Like, it's confusing. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. Because he's melee. I expect him to tackle, like, this entire time is the problem, and he's just not. And it's really throwing off what I'm doing, which happens sometimes. I'm not really sure. I think the best response to this would have actually been to whip out the grenade launcher, the underbarrel grenade launcher, get an actual stun hit, but I ended up getting attacked by somebody else that came up behind. Yeah, not the best showing, but it's a learning opportunity as a result. That's a camphor. Is that on my team or their team? Now I'm very curious about that. That's on our team. Huh. That's cool. I really like my camphor. I need to take mine out again. It's been a little bit. But yeah, I probably should have found some way to stun, move in from there. Trying to do build stun with the beam rifle too, but that didn't end up really working out. I end up getting taken out there trying to get some support fire down. Our point difference isn't too bad right now, though. We're pretty close to each other. If we can get everyone back on field soon and do a nice push, we should be able to close that gap. It's actually getting spread out a little bit far now, though. We got a couple guys dropping. It should be, shouldn't be too bad once we get everybody back in full force, though. It looks like number 2 is probably going for... Yeah, number 2 looks like he's going for an airstrike as well, maybe? Or just trying to stay out of the way of fire, maybe. Oh, I guess I jumped on the airstrike, though. If he was trying to do an airstrike, that would have stopped him from requesting. Whoops. Well, either way, I'm trying to stay out of the way of fire, trying not to get stepped on, anything like that. Waiting for a good opportunity to call in my mobile suit. A bunch of my team isn't called in yet either. We got just the one support on the ground right now, which is not fantastic, but everybody's ready to up now, so we need to start dropping in. And you can see now we've got a couple people dropping in. I am, interestingly enough, kind of isolated from everybody, though. I would hope that they dropped in to support our, well, support. Looks like they probably did. It's a little hard to tell from where I was sitting. I got mixed up there, too, funny enough, since I had both an ally in front of me and the enemy in front of me. But we did get to do some damage, finally, with the melee weapons. We got lucky and ran right into the enemy's support, which gave us the ability to really stretch our claws, do what we can. I am looking for angles of opportunity right now. Got it a little bit there with the Fireland. Unfortunately, did miss with the downswing on the claws. Didn't miss that time, though, and we did manage to finish him off. So finally, we're doing some work. I am willing to bet I end up getting tackled here. I'm glad he missed with his downswing, and now we're actually remembering to use... Oh, he didn't get the tackle. That's wonderful. That's wonderful for me. But as you can see just a second ago, we actually remembered to use some of our stuff. He got his tackle. His hit too. An ally stunned him though, that's nice. So now we are able to finish him off since we had an ally, get that stun off, stop them from knocking us over. Very grateful for that on my ally's part. You can see an ally took out that target, good for him. Moving up here, trying to do what we can, and that's another support, luckily, if we can get a good angle. I don't think we're going to get a good angle. I'm kind of getting beat up. Well, then again... Nah, I don't think... Yeah. Oh, well. Okay. So the grenade did manage to get the kill off there. Either way, he was going to get ripped apart. We had the entire team surrounding him. And as you can see, since we did get that push, the points difference has been made up now. We're actually going to make a mistake here, though. Sitting down like this right here where we are, repairing where we are, ends up... well, you're going to see in a little bit. But it ends up not really playing out in our favor, sadly. Looks like most of my team is probably doing the same, though. You can see they're all out of suits, but there you go. There's step one in the problem. You can see we've got an enemy already right there. He starts laying down fire, and I don't really have a lot of places to go. The whole enemy team is pushing up. Looks like my team fell back probably to keep that point difference up. I do feel like here's where we need to be setting up a good defensive line. Let them come in, get a firing line set up, and stop their advance in its tracks, which, where we pulled back isn't fantastic for that. It's a choke point, but there's also not a lot of positions for us to stand and fire back, which leads to this situation you can see here where everybody's kind of broken up. We do still have the points lead, though, if we can manage to maintain that. Might end up being a little bit tricky, though, because we do have a full force enemy team here. We're going to do what we can here, try to knock him out. Was not able to do it since he had allies backing him up, but I didn't die either, so I didn't lose those points, and at least occupied the enemy team enough to prevent them from scoring too much, but was not enough, sadly. We did lose by a little bit. Let me see, we're at 600. Yeah, so we lost by pretty much one kill there. Not even a full kill, actually, since it's a 600-point match. But yeah, it was close. It was really close. Both teams did a good push. I definitely could have done better. And if I had done better, we absolutely would have had we would have had that advantage secured at the end there if I had played better, which comes down to really better use of the tools I had. As I mentioned in the start, I kind of forgot I had that stunning grenade launcher, under barrel grenade launcher there, and if I had deployed that better and earlier, probably wouldn't be able to actually get close to more targets, do some more damage, which would have probably in the long term secured the lead. But ultimately, pretty decent match overall between both sides there. Ended up playing out pretty well. I like that I had an ally shoot one of the enemies in the back for me when he was attacking me. That made me really happy. But yeah, that will be that match for today. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again next time.